Do you remember when Al was covering your team, Pete?
Al Michaels, he's the greatest. I mean, Al said in his book that him and I went to 3 different racetracks in one day.
Was that the right number?
I don't know. I don't remember. Al was the greatest. I mean, Al still is. I love Al Michaels. I mean, he's such a professional, and he's did all the sports in the right way, and he does great on football. And he did great with hockey. And I mean, Al Michaels is just a legend. And we had him in Cincinnati. Unfortunately, ABC took him away from us, and we got hold of another Hall of Famer, Marty Brennaman.
That's
so,
right.
We've been very fortunate over there to have the greatest.
The Reds had a day off. We were in Tampa. Pete went out to take hitting, as he did. He hit for 2 hours with a BP pitcher. And then we had the rest of the day off. So we got into the car and we drove over to Florida Downs in Oldsmar. We had a day of thoroughbred racing. And then, of course, the dogs were running in St. Petersburg at Derby Lane. So we got into the car. We were with Bob Hertzl, who was covering the team for the Cincinnati Enquirer at the time. We had dinner and the whole thing at Derby Lane. And then as we drove back to Tampa, you go across the Gandy Bridge. And at the other end of the Gandy Bridge is a highlight fronton, which we knew featured the late double. So we stopped there and we bet the late double, and then we went back to the hotel.
So ponies?
Ponies, dogs, highlight. And then we were too tired to play gin when we got back to the hotel.
Now,
so that was it.
Did you have heavier pockets or lighter pockets at the end of the day than you started?
Pete did pretty well. I think I did okay, not great. But Bob Hertzl, remember, sports writers were not particularly flush with cash at that particular time. And I wrote in the book that Hertzl, as we're at the highlight fronton, Hertzl has to decide whether he's going to box, 3 guys in highlight. So, you get any combination of the 3, but that costs you $6. So he had like $5.50 or $6.50, and he'd rather have a cocktail and have a split box. And actually, he bets the 1 and the 3, and the 2 and the 3 come in. It was crazy. So Rose went back with about $1,000, and Hertzl had about 28 cents.
Which is why the name of your book is "You Can't Make This Up."
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.